Hi everyone, it's Sarah. Good to have you with me. Welcome to the Empowered Mind Show. We are doing this audio for the podcast, and we are also on here doing it for the YouTube channel. So if you haven't met me before, if you haven't come across me before, my name is Sarah Asquith-Vallance. I am a brain scientist and I help entrepreneurs rewire their brain for financial and business success. Welcome, welcome. If you are new to our community, you are so welcome to join us. So today on today's show, we are talking about uncovering your money story. Now, this is something that I do with my clients in the Empowered Mind Academy. It's really, really important. I hear people who come to work with me who have said, I just can't get a handle on exactly what is going on with the money situation. I desire so much. I have so much set up in my business already. I have the structures, I have the systems, it all should be working, but it's not. So this is a story I hear all the time. I also hear that they're doing their meditations, visualizations, manifesting work. I've had people say, I'm tapping, I am doing everything that I can. It's still not changing. I'm still not seeing the results I want in my business. What is going on? And I have to say that it's actually what's going on between your two ears that is exactly the problem. And so today I am going to take you right back. And this is just a taster of some of the work that I do in my Empowered Mind Academy with my private clients. So if you are your own boss, if you want to be your own boss, if you want to have a greater impact in the world, if you want to do, have, and be more, if you want to be in service of others, but you just aren't in that place where you need to be in your business in order to achieve that, then today I am going to let you in on the secret of exactly what is going on and what is going wrong. Because as we always talk about in the Empowered Mind Academy, we talk about mindset blocks. And basically the block that is going on for you is everything that you saw and heard has impacted your belief on money and making money and how you feel about money. So if you are still looking for the next strategy, if you're still looking for the next tactic, if you're still looking for the next system in your business that you think will work, I have to say, please stop and step away from the computer, because this is not the right direction to go in. You're just throwing money into the money pit, and you still won't get anything different from it. This is the work that I started doing so many years ago with my business coaching clients, when I had my own consultancy. And I noticed that when I started including the mindset work and the brain training work into their business that I was bringing into my business, that is exactly when big changes happen for them. So this work I've been doing for quite some time, but I find that it can transform things relatively quickly. We're not just talking months and years. It can actually be in quite a few weeks that you can get transformations. So what we are doing is we are going to dive deep today into your money story. So if you grab a pen and your journal or whatever you'd like to write with, I am going to talk about neuroscience, and where your subconscious is sabotaging what you want from your business and stopping you from making money, even though you actually do want it. So the first question I'm going to ask you today is, what did you see and hear about money as a child? So, as you know, our brains basically run on autopilots. They run on automation. So we are using about 95% of our day is automated by our subconscious mind, our subconscious brain. And that has been primed and put into place, and networks and pathways have been laid down between the ages of 2 and 7. So I always jokingly say to my clients, would you have your 7-year-old self run your business as it is today? most of the time I'm going to say no, and neither would I, because that is when we see and we hear and we start to kind of see what's going on in the world around us. We start to absorb in. So children are always like little sponges, and it is so true. We hear that so often, but they're like little sponges. So everything they see and hear between the ages of 2 and 7 primarily is what goes in. Now it can be from anybody: teachers, parents, religious leaders. It can be uncles, aunties, grandparents, friends, the lady in the shop down the road. But it depends what you see and what you hear during that age about money. And the relationships that people have with money is very, very telling as to when that person sits in front of me, the entrepreneur sits in front of me and is struggling. I can tell exactly what they have seen and heard. Now, the work I do is not therapy by any means, but it's interesting to unpack and to uncover that money story. Because once we do that, then we can change it. The majority of entrepreneurs, I find, do not even know what is holding them back. They don't even know the money story. And the majority of entrepreneurs think that they just need to take another course. They need to do some more CPD. They need to have another, funnel system. They need to work with another marketing coach. I see this all the time. And the thing is, my loves, it's not external work. It's internal work that needs to be done. And really, before anyone should start the business, is they should really work on their money and their success mindset, because that is the thing, that is the key to changing absolutely everything. So the first question was, what did you see and hear when you were growing up about money? Basically, what you saw, what you heard, and what was then programmed into your brain is now stopping you from getting clients. It's the information that is now basically blocking you from moving forwards. You start to doubt yourself. You start to question, why aren't people buying from me? What's wrong with me? I have to say, with all the love in the world, there is nothing wrong with you. Absolutely nothing wrong with you. But you do start to doubt yourself, because your external, what you see externally, does not match what you want internally. But actually what you're going to receive is running the program on the back burner, on the behind the scenes. And that is exactly why you're getting the results. So I have to say, you didn't choose your money mindset. It was just what you saw, what you heard, but you can retrain your brain to change that. I want to tell you, you weren't given it and it wasn't yours, but you can train your brain to change all that. That is the most amazing thing about the work that I do, is that, we get to just help people who have been stuck. They think they're stuck for years. But yeah, retraining is the key. So question number 2 is, what was it like to either have money or to not have money? Now, often this will happen in the 2 camps. You've probably heard that saying, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And it's not that they know any different. It's not that they're a good person or a bad person. It's basically because that is the brain program that they are believing. If someone has been brought up around money and to think that money is easy, to work and enjoy the benefits, including the financial benefits, then they will find it easy. If that person has been brought up to hear that making money is hard, you have to work hard, you have to work really hard, then that is exactly what they're then going to think. And the downside is, when we get to be entrepreneurs, is our mindset and our brain works very, very well for people who work for somebody else. But because it likes that automation, it likes that routine, it likes that regular paycheck, it likes that knowing that there's a holiday pay, that you're going to get so many days off, that Christmas is going to be sorted, that our brain loves that. But this is the thing, when I work in the Empowered Mind Academy with my clients, is that our brain is not designed to be an entrepreneur. Our brain is not designed to keep us, to make us wealthy and successful. Our brain is designed to keep us safe, to keep the routine and the status quo going, and to keep us pain-free. Who on earth would want to do a job when they woke up every morning and they believed in their subconscious that today is going to be hard? It's going to be really hard to make money. And I have to say, it's not all bells and whistles and amazingness being self-employed, but it becomes so much easier when you get your mindset changed, transformed, rewired, so that it becomes easier to overcome the hurdles and the pitfalls, and what may have been massive in the past, once you retrain your brain, becomes very, very easy to overcome. So question number 2 is, what was it either like to have, what was it like to either have money or to not have money? This is some of the work that I think a lot of people, particularly entrepreneurs, don't do. They just don't do it. And it's something that they really do, because once you know what's holding you back, you can make changes. And then the next question I want to ask you is, as you were growing up, what was the belief around success and money? Now, I know for a fact that I probably couldn't even name 3 people who are entrepreneurs around in my sphere growing up. You know, my mum and dad both had jobs that were linked to the council, so they had a council wage. My dad was a police officer, my mum worked for the highways department, and so they had that automated system of, I go to work, I get a paycheck, you know, and so I didn't have anybody around growing up who wanted to be an entrepreneur, or who was an entrepreneur, or even had the entrepreneurial spirit. So I had to learn that. I had to go and take my neuroscience training and really crack, first of all for myself, what I was doing wrong and why I was hitting that glass ceiling every single time. So, and basically going back to it, it is all about going internally and priming your brain for success, rewiring and getting rid of all the old beliefs. So, yeah, what was it like? My question again, what was it like with thinking about successful people? Now, I do hear that some people will say, oh, successful people were bad. Oh, you know, you didn't want to, you know, that money was for other people and they weren't very nice. Or you could hear other times, you know, oh, it was very virtuous to not have money. You know, we were very caring and loving, but we had nothing. Now, I have to say, this is the most abundant universe. Mother Nature does not go without. You will see right now, I'm looking out my window. I know that the snowdrops are coming through. They never, ever doubt that that is what they're meant to do in their life. That is how they are meant to show up every single day. And so it's only us humans that start to really doubt ourselves. And basically we do that is because we are running on that subconscious brain pattern. So yeah, basically our brain listens to everything, mainly between the ages of 2 and 7. That was a really important time when our subconscious started laying down those pieces of information that we heard. And I have to say, they don't even have to be true. Okay, it just goes in. So it could be a complete lie. And most of the time, the beliefs just aren't true. They're very limiting beliefs that are holding us back. And they're not even our own beliefs. They're beliefs that we've heard from somebody else. So if you can imagine, as entrepreneurs, we're trying so hard, but basically we're running on old programs that don't even belong to us. So what is actually going on in the brain, and why do we find it so difficult? So in neuroscience, there's an area called cognitive dissonance. And the easiest way I can explain it is like driving the car with the brake on. So you're putting your foot on the accelerator, and your foot on the accelerator is your conscious brain. Your conscious brain is saying, this is what I want. I want more clients. I want more money. I want more impact. I want to have that success. I don't ever want to go back to that horrible job that I did. I want to make a change in the world. I want to be that change maker. I want to be all of that amazingness that I know that I can be. That is your conscious brain. That is the accelerator. This is your go, 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 go. This is what we're going to do and what we're going to do, make happen. Okay, that's only 5% of what is running the show. The other 95%, as I mentioned, is your subconscious brain. And that is where all of the pathways are very well bedded in. All the neural pathways are very well bedded in of a certain belief system, usually around money and success. And so what we do, or what I find entrepreneurs doing when they come to me, is they'll say, I have tried everything. I have tried changing my funnels. I have gone to so many different marketing gurus. I have, oh my goodness, all the external stuff, all that external stuff. And they haven't worked on what is going on the inside between their two ears, which is their mindset and their brain work. Now, I, however, do hear people will say, I've done mindset work and it doesn't work. And I have to say, most people, in fact, there's only a couple of other people I know in the world are doing this work for entrepreneurs. Most people who are doing mindset work are missing the point by miles. This is going to be a revelation, I think, to a lot of people today, because they will say, meditate, journal, affirm, do your affirmations, do your I ams, do your visualizations, do your board, your visualization boards, your mind movies. It will all be okay, with a heavy dose of willpower. I'm here to say today, you only have 2 hours worth of willpower. Willpower alone will not change anything. You cannot fight your subconscious. You cannot win against your subconscious. And all of that goodness, all of that meditation, visualization, affirmations are brilliant. They're part of what I teach. But I also teach another part, which is getting rid of all of the stuff you don't believe, because this is why I say it's like driving a car with your foot on the brake and the accelerator. The accelerator is the 5% of you that says, yes, this is what I want. The brake is the 95% of you that says, yeah, you may want it, but you're not going to get it, because that is not what is running the program in my brain. So we have to basically unwire, unprogram, and then we reprogram. That is the 2-step stage. Most people, most business coaches, most mindset coaches will only do the first stage, which is why you don't get the lasting results. So I have to put it out there today. It is a 2-step stage. It's a 2-step process. So the next bit I'd love to talk about is about worth, charging your worth. When we haven't got our money story straight, when we're running that money story of what we believe, how much we believe we can charge, what we believe to be, a good enough amount, or we just get by. I hear that quite a lot, actually. Yeah, I just want enough to get by. No, you don't, my lovelies. You are here for abundance. And if you are going to make changes in the world, you need more money than just getting by, because you cannot help anybody else if you can't first help yourselves. So yeah, the charging your worth is a big one, because basically we find that we tie our self-worth to the amount of money that we make. It's completely false. It's a limiting belief, but I find that happens so often, is we tie our self-worth to what the money that we make. And the money that we make is only possible by what is programmed in our subconscious. So basically our subconscious tells us what we're worth, even though our conscious brain says, I want that 10K, 50K, 100K month. So this is why you only get what you think you're worth. So what then leads to is we start to doubt ourselves, we start to procrastinate, we start to self-sabotage. I have seen people fall into perfectionism where they just think, I won't do anything till it's all right. I need to have my ducks in a row. I need to have all my certificates lined up. It's got to be looking beautiful on the wall before I can open the door. I need to have this in another one, which drives me crazy. I need to have my website done first. I need to have my Facebook page looking beautiful. No, you don't. Your job is to get out there and to help people. That will come in time because they all have an expense. And that's fine. Whether you're doing it yourself, it's expense of your time, or whether you're paying somebody, it's a financial expense, but it's obviously part of the business. So you can't outperform your subconscious. So it doesn't matter how much willpower goes into doing anything, you will fall short and you will start to self-sabotage, procrastinate, and often fall into perfectionism. And the mindset, what is actually going on behind all of that people just say, oh, it's just procrastination or self-sabotage or things. It goes so much deeper. It goes right back to your money story of not being enough, my loves. Most people who fall into those traps do not think they're good enough, do not think they're old enough, do not think they're clever enough. I hear so many enoughs, and they will pigeonhole themselves because it's a limiting belief, but it's what their subconscious believes of them. So you can't outperform your subconscious. However, you can rewire and retrain your brain, which is great news, is it not? I love it. So yeah, and the next thing I want to talk about is about money amplifying personalities, because the other thing that I hear a lot is that some people are bad when they have money and some people are good that have money. I think I mentioned this earlier as well. But I have to say, if you are a horrible person without money, you are going to be a horrible person with money. If you are a lovely person without money, that is just going to amplify your goodness and your amazingness. So that is just another story we tell ourselves. I don't want to turn into a bad person. If I have money, I will turn into a bad person because I once knew a guy when I was a kid who was really awful and he was really rich. Okay. Again, we are looking around. It's a whole story we need to unpack. So if you do want more income, if you do want more impact, if you want that success and even that, going further to that significance and leaving a legacy, you need to really unpack that mindset work. You really need to start digging deep into what is going on for you. You need to have a look at those questions I jotted today. What do you accept? What do you reject? There's probably going to be more things that you reject than you accept. And that is absolutely fine, because that is when we start to basically uncover that story. And in order to rewrite it, to rewire it, to change anything, we need to uncover that first, which is why it's really, really important to do that. So I'd love to be able to support you on doing this. I know I've mentioned already, I am the founder of the Empowered Mind Academy. This is the work that I do with my entrepreneurial clients, clients who want to break through glass ceilings, clients who are struggling to get clients, clients who just don't have that self-belief, they have that doubt all the time, of things that just aren't going right. Their business isn't going right, but they have tried all the structures and the systems. And as I said before, some people may have tried mindset. This work that I do is truly, truly transformational. We are actually reprogramming your brain for success. So if you're interested, you want to know more, head to sarahasquith-vallance.com. I have a whole load of free resources. There's blogs, there's audios, there's videos. I look forward to being of service in any way you decide. And you can also get in touch with me as well. And we can talk through to see if the Empowered Mind Academy is the right thing for you, and help you move forward in your business. So if you are called, brain training is the one thing that will give you clarity. It will change your desired calling into actually getting out there and making a big impact in the world. So now is the time to share your gifts. First of all, start unpacking, uncovering that money story that you have, and I will catch up with you on the next show. Take care. Bye for now.